Hello and welcome back to the workshop. I'm Nick Reeves and this is Ewan. This is part 5 of the Spitfire video. A little bit more progress on the build so far. Nothing major. This video is going to be like a bitty one, edited together and sort of lots of different bits over probably a couple of weeks, to be honest. Last time I was saying the next stage was going to be fitting the forward sheeting. Now I pre-curved it around the trusty aerosol cans, hot water, rubber bands around it, let it dry out, it's all curved. I've glued it onto the fuselage, so what we've got is this section here from this join, again I don't know if you'll see, from that join up to there and round. Now all I've done is I've glued it along that line there. That's the only part it's glued, it's the only place it's glued just now, and it's the same with this piece as well. So if you can see, it's pre-curved and it's taken the form quite well. So what I'm going to have to do is gently tease it down a bit more, run some glue in, tease it down a bit more after I've trimmed down the centre line, so there's a nice butt joint down there for both halves. So you can probably see there's an overlap. As I squeeze it down, the light's not very good, but you can see there's an overlap, probably ½ an inch or so of material, so I need to trim that so they're nice and flush and sitting on the spar, longeron, whatever you want to call it, in the middle that runs up here, so it's got something to glue on and it's a nice neat joint, which will then mean that this front section here is just about all done and glued up. Not quite sure what the next stage is going to be. I suspect, as much as I'm desperate to get on and do these fairings, I suspect the next stage is going to be getting the wing fitted. So I'm going to have to drill through the front. There's a hole up here in this former, again I don't know if you'll be able to see, you can probably see, might be able to see Ewan through it. There you go. Should be able to see that hole. Put the wing in place, get it all squared up, drill through there for the front dowel, and then I've got to put some retaining plate in the back end of the wing, so that when we drill up through the wing, we've got a place for the bolt to go in. Again, the plan calls for 2, one each side of the fuselage, but it's going to be very close to the torque rods for the ailerons. So I'm thinking what I might do is put a plate all the way across and have a central bolt. It doesn't need 2 wing bolts on this model, one 6mm bolt will be fine. We're not going to be putting a lot of negative G on this model, at least I don't plan to anyway. Someone else might, given half the chance, but I don't plan on putting a lot of negative G on it. It's not an aerobatic aeroplane, so that'll probably be the next stage. I've trial fitted the servos in, or just sat them in the front. Happy with where the snake outlets are now. They look pretty straight going through, but they're not. They drop down through the fuselage all over the place. So once the fuselage is mated to the wing, I can then start building up the front end. There's lots of block work to go in. That then allow me to start shaping the front, getting it all rounded. One thing I haven't thought of yet is, obviously normally there's an engine sitting in here, and that has a spinner on the front. So I could just use a plastic spinner on the front of this to make it easy. But all the plastic spinners come with a cutout for the prop, so it's not going to look good. So what I might do is get the dimensions off the plan, create a template, and then possibly get some block balsa, laminate it all together as like a block and like turn it down so it's the right profile. I might try that in the pillar drill. Put a dowel in the piece of block of wood and just gently sand and carve and shape so it's a solid block to go on the front. I'll probably make that removable so that if I need to add weight, what I can do is I can hollow that out, or even make another one and fill it with lead, because I think we might need to add weight at the front of this. I've allowed space for a big subsea battery pack, so it might as well be usable ballast. It's going to give me the chance of adding more lead if I need to at the front. So yeah, that'll probably do for just now. I'll probably come back once I've got a bit more progress done. I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so Spitfire, forward decking, You probably saw the slow-mo of me, or time lapse of me getting the centre piece done. It's all nicely botted up. It's a nice fit in there. Need to trim this back so it's nice and flush. Need to put these joining pieces on so it's nice here, and then obviously trim it. You can see there it's not joined yet, but it just needs to be like that. A bit of a doubled up piece on the inside, that'll be fine. I don't know if we've got to see the inside just now. Excuse the camera work. So we've got some filleting glue going on there, so that'll need to dry and go solid, but on the whole that's gone pretty well. So now I think what I need to do is start thinking about the wing bolt plate that's got to go in there and drilling the wing. But it's getting there, it's starting to look more like a fuselage now. Happy with the progress so far. But yeah, I'll come back in the next part when we've got some more done.